the fact that I would have to talk about Anita Sarkeesian is blowing my fucking mind. But we are in hell and I am your steward. So let's go. For those of you who are unaware of who she is, Anita Sarkeesian was a content creator who at this point, oh my God, when did she start this? At this point, it has to have been over 2014, right? Feminist Frequency. She started Feminist Frequency in 2009. Okay. Gamergate popped off in 2014. So if we talk from Gamergate until now, that is 12 years. For 12 years, we haven't heard from Anita Sarkeesian. After the initial Gamergate, where they just went ham on anyone who was a woman, after that, I don't want to say died down. After we largely ignored it, she was largely ignored. But there's been an intense group of losers who've always been keeping tabs of Anita Sarkeesian. I remember when they brought up the fact that Anita Sarkeesian married herself, and people were like talking about that. And I was like, why do we care about Anita Sarkeesian? If you're ever depressed, remember Anita Sarkeesian threw herself a fake wedding to celebrate being single, mentally insane, middle-aged, childless cat lady. This is from 2024. People were bringing this up because for her 41st birthday, she threw herself a wedding-themed birthday party. God forbid a woman have hobbies. God forbid. And these motherfuckers were like, look like still obsessed with Anita Sarkeesian. At this point, 10 years after. So I thought, okay, this would be the end of it. This is it, because I can't stress this enough. After the original Gamergate, it's just like, who cares? Who cares? Let her live rent-free for a decade and some change. Because now, the reason why Anita Sarkeesian is coming back into the zeitgeist is because loser, incels, take your pick, anti-woke people ran out of materials. Latest Spire 2 is facing back at the player discover Anita Sarkeesian listed as consultant in the credits. Gamers are leaving negative reviews. They are. To the point where Devolver Digital had to put something out, which we will get to. But this motherfucker right here, Anita Sarkeesian on the male gaming audience. Some male gamers with a deep sense of entitlement are terrified of change. They believe games should continue to cater exclusively to young heterosexual men with even more extreme virtual power fantasies. Now, was this a quote from Anita today? Was this a quote from Anita Sarkeesian today? Is there a link to when she wrote this? Let's see if this happened this year on May 3rd. From 2014. Here's an article from The Mother Jones. This woman from May 30th, 2014, almost 10 years ago, is when she was 30. From The Mother Jones, they took a quote from not 11 years ago. This is from 2014. This is a 12-year-old quote. This is a 12-year-old quote that they presented as if Anita Sarkeesian was in the zeitgeist. This all started because of this shitty ass website, Fandom Pulse, which prior to this had no motion, no nothing. So now they pinned this. They're talking about Anita because that's what got them interactions. Look at this interaction, right? 1 million views. Their next post, fucking 581. Their next post, 425, 508, 515. These people had zero fucking motion. So what did they do? They just out of thin air just started talking about Anita Sarkeesian. There's nothing else leading up to this. Even if you go on Google, Anita Sarkeesian was not popping off. Anita Sarkeesian was not recently doing something. This is her news. The last article about Anita Sarkeesian was in fucking 2021, which is in 2021. That is the last time. Oh, sorry, 2023. 2023 is the last time Anita Sarkeesian was even mentioned. Was even fucking mentioned in the gaming world, insofar as by GameDaily.biz, by this website. That's it. That's it. She wasn't on Twitter tooting up a storm. She wasn't on Blue Sky talking shit. She wasn't on Instagram talking about how she hates video games. Just minding her goddamn business. And now I have to go back in time a little bit. So the reason why a lot of gamers instinctively hate Anita Sarkeesian, and really women, but Anita Sarkeesian, is because fucking 14 years ago, she had a little project called Tropes versus Women in Video Games. Now, a little history about me. I was there during Gamergate. I had participated in it initially when I thought I was a young man. I was 23, 24. And I thought it had to do with actually, I know it's a meme now, but actually ethics in games journalism. Because I had falsely believed that there was some cabal of games journalists who were super powerful and they were out here giving favorable reviews to people they had personal relationships with, that they were trying to harass people who were like getting too close to the truth. Then you come to find out like a games journalist makes dog shit money and have shitty deadlines. And actually, you don't want to be a games journalist. Like, I'm sorry. I know I have a friend who used to be a game journalist, but I'm sorry. I listen, Gene, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but you don't want to be, right? Like it's not like a cushy gig. But anyways, that's why I was in there for it. But when I realized it was just fucking them hating women, I was like, no. And I even reached out to one of the people who was targeted about that, and we became like kind of mutuals, and it was fine. But all that to say, that is where this animosity comes from Anita Sarkeesian. Like, they think she ruined video games, because even though I had lots of critiques about the video topic, how she chose to do, are they still up? Don't you know I'm more than... Oh my God. You know what? Maybe later on I will go through the feminist frequency videos and see like what I would be better and what I hated. But I was very critical, like everyone else, about the content, because I felt like she misrepresented a lot of what was actually happening. Crazy TTB and DD being canceled the same day. I got canceled? I didn't realize that. But I felt like she was not giving a real honest assessment of what was happening. Like, I remember one example that stuck out in my mind was how she talked about how women were treated as disposable in games. And I'm like, misogyny exists, that's fair. But then her example was Hitman, and how you could just kill like strippers and then they would just fade away like there was nothing. And I felt she was reading way too much into that and not understanding that in the Hitman universe, killing non-essential targets is bad. And also the reason why the women's bodies disappeared was because the limitations of the systems. You could not just keep a body dead forever. It has to disappear. There's not enough memory to have that happening on like a 6th generation console while you're doing a bunch of other shit, right? So it was stuff like that. But that is why she got so much hate. And I mean like hate, like in this article, it was talked about how her death. I remember the death. She was on fucking Jimmy Fallon. Like, I don't know if you guys realized how big this shit got. Anita Sarkeesian. Oh, could be a Gamergate. Anita Sarkeesian was on at one point Stephen Colbert talking about this shit while it was happening, like, while she was being harassed. Anita Sarkeesian went on the Stephen Colbert, which is crazy that's a fucking. Oh, of course. Oh, of course. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised that these people were fucking all over it? Jesus Christ, dude. She fucked gamers to rewrite the rules. Jesus Christ. Okay. Going back to the rent free. This video was 11 months ago. This happened 2 years ago. Like, some of these are accurately old videos, but a lot of these 4 months ago, 2 years ago, hey, that's me. A lot of these people, I feel like, are grifters talking about it. Like, from recent, like, again, the internet just destroyed Gamergate's Anita Sarkeesian. The fact that that's how she's remembered honestly fucking sucks. But yeah, see, Anita Sarkeesian was on the Colbert Report, so it got a lot of attention, like a lot of attention. I know Big Joel did a video on her. A lot of attention. The most hated woman in YouTube history. Why do you care? Smash JT still talking about her 2 years ago. Smash JT is such a bitch, and he hates women to such a degree. Lady Decade 5 months ago. Anita Sarkeesian, like, do you see what I mean? How like 90% of the people who were still talking about her post Gamergate, post a decade later, were all grifters. Like, anything within the last, like, here, I would say anything within the last, just say this year. How many videos on Anita Sarkeesian happened this year? There should only be like 3 videos on Anita Sarkeesian this year. And yet, look at the people, for the most part, who are talking about Anita Sarkeesian. But besides me. But look at this. It is almost exclusively, of course, it's almost exclusively grifters. Here's your yearly reminder that Anita Sarkeesian destroyed gaming. Like, it's using Anita Sarkeesian still, like, good God, dude. Holy shit, dude. Like, goddamn. So much of this is about Anita Sarkeesian. So much of this from this year. That's insane. Anyways, though, back to my point. There is a lot of hatred. There is a lot of hatred towards this woman still. And what was the crime she committed? Some, let's say, poorly researched critique videos. That's a dime a dozen. Imagine if, like, who doesn't research their videos at all? Let's say Think Before You Sleep puts out a video, and then that one video, which is not well researched, which we know, right? Let's say that he put out a video, and then people, okay, fine. Let's say Shoe on Head put out a video that wasn't well researched, like the Pragmata video. Let's say her Pragmata video was so hated, made her so hated that in 2036, people were still blaming her for the state of video games. Like, imagine if she puts out that Pragmata video this year, and then in 2036, people are like, Capcom sucks. It's because of Shoe on Head's video. It's because Shoe on Head did a deep dive on a topic and it wasn't well researched. And because of that, Capcom now sucks. Gaming is ruined. That's the level of insanity here. That is the level of insanity. She has become their white whale and their boogeyman. Just nonstop. So that is the history of Anita Sarkeesian. So why we're talking about her now, though, is because Anita Sarkeesian was credited, these fucking losers, Anita Sarkeesian was credited in Slay the Spire 2. That's it. That's it. And this fucking loser, Phantom Pulse, which is just John Delarose, who, I cannot not say it, did abuse his wife. This is the fifth time John Delarose this year has said he wants to sue me for discussing the public divorce records and restraining orders, indicating he abused his wife and kid. But he will never sue because he knows he will lose and I can counter sue. Discovery is bliss. Samantha Delarose versus Jonathan Delarose. Domestic violence restraining order. Hearing on request for domestic violence restraining order. So just letting you know, he in fact beat his wife. He's also the one who's in charge of Fandom Pulse. Now, Fandom Pulse is a shitty Substack that gets almost zero interaction. In fact, I'll probably be over 6,000 subscribers. Wow. And yet no one gives a shit. This is Fandom Pulse. This is the website that he runs. John Delarose is a very, 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 very bad writer also too. I cannot stress that enough. The cheerleader turns gay. Anita is back. Daredevil ends with a whimper. Fandom Post daily briefing. Hayden Pantier comes out bisexual. Slay the Spire. Now this is a headline that perfectly encapsulates all of the dumb shit I've been talking about. Slay the Spire 2 had the biggest indie launch in Steam history. So, by all these people's logic, big Steam numbers, big concurrent numbers, right? Let's look at the Steam count right now, actually. Let's look at the player count, because you know they love Steam charts. They love charts. Almost 1 million 2 months ago. Currently, 107,000 people playing it. 107,000 people playing it right now, right? They always use SteamDB as a metric of this is how good the game is, right? Everyone loves this game, right? And how do they phrase it? Slay the Spire 2 had the biggest indie launch in history, but hired Anita Sarkeesian to consult. If they hired Anita Sarkeesian to consult, and it had the biggest indie launch in Steam history, what does that say, class? What does that tell you? Does that mean that wokeness has ruined another game that Anita Sarkeesian has destroyed? Has destroyed another industry? On March 5th, Megacrit released Slay the Spire 2 Early Access. 24 hours it had 282 concurrent players, but March 8th that number hit 500,000, the biggest launch of 2026 on Steam by a wide margin, placing it in all-time top 20 most played titles in platform history. It outsold Resident Evil, Requiem, Marathon, and every AAA title that's launched in the same window. Within the first week, Megacrit reported 3 million copies sold and 25 million runs completed. The original Slay the Spire peaked at 57,000 concurrents. This is what a perfect launch looks like. Awesome. Oh, but then two things happen. Anita Sarkeesian appears in the game's credit as a consultant. And then, So then what is Anita's being here? The Sarkeesian credit and the balance price are two separate issues. They are converging at the same moment in the game's early access period, and the combinations creating a story studio has not yet publicly addressed. Megacrit built the Slay the Spire without outside ideological consulting. The game's design philosophy was built entirely on player feedback, mechanical intuition, and thousands of hours internal play testing by two developers, Anthony and Anthony and Casey Yano, who have played card games at serious level for decades. Where is this coming from? Where is this sourced from? Bringing in a consultant whose public identity is inseparable from a decade of culture war conflict introduced a reputational variable that Megacrit did not need and has not explained. What are you talking about? And then this website's dog shit, but I wanted to see how he was going to frame this. So they have nothing against Anita. This game is a crazy, wild success. They have always said, go woke, go broke. We hate DEI. Any company that has DEI consultants are non-binary. And then they used Slay the Spire to shit on Marathon. They were using Slay the Spire to shit on Marathon. In fact,
we're going to find out today. The last couple of weeks, honestly, the last couple of months have been kind of insane for games. There's been plenty of drama. The launches, which is genuinely a good Pokemon game. PlayStation launches Marathon, which seems to have found an audience that genuinely enjoys it. But the player numbers definitely leave a lot of questions. $25 deck builder that's cracking into markets that AAA publishers are spending hundreds of millions of dollars and they can't even reach. I think this is a bit poetic that the he's over stolen artwork and essentially sacrificing Destiny 2 on the altar of this new game, turning their own audience against them in the process. It's literally the meme of the shiny new favorite.
Shitting on it though, right?
And even with the game out now, I still don't think that Marathon is a known quantity. I mean, PlayStation themselves don't actually seem to be completely sure of what the game is. They've been asking for viewers to hold off their coverage until late March when Bungie plans to
glazing this game.
There is this simple bliss in that simple sense of security. This is something that I think returns to what a lot of classic games used to feel like, where the experience was all about discovering things on your own and discovering things on your own. The tools were simple, but
Anita Sarkeesian, the woke lady who you people do not like ideologically, is a part of this game. So your boy Legendary Drops glazes this game. You only like it because it's good. It's literally Slay the Spire 1 with more stuff. Yeah, that's why it's so good. So all of you people, every single one of you motherfuckers who were like, this game shits on Marathon because Marathon's woke and DEI, Anita Sarkeesian worked on this game. I say you guys, I don't necessarily mean Legendary Drop. I don't think he's even talked about Anita Sarkeesian. But I'm talking about, you know, the anti-woke people who are like, yeah, he doesn't talk about her. The people who were like, Anita Sarkeesian's the devil. She's the worst person ever. She's evil. Yeah, she worked on this game. Yeah, he brought up Slay the Spire. I know. That's good stuff. We don't like it because it's good. But guess what happened? Guess what happened when they found out Anita Sarkeesian worked on the game? Very positive. Most recent reviews, mostly negative. Let's see why the reviews were negative. Let's see. Okay. So you have May 4th. The game is fun, but the latest update has broken Steam Deck support. Okay, that's a fair criticism. After 14 and a half hours of playing this game, Devolver hired Anita Sarkeesian to consult on it, a radical leftist feminist who hates games, hates gamers, and pursued political activists that have both censored hard pass. After 14 and a half hours. Googled who Anita Sarkeesian is. It's an okay game. Used to be. It used to be okay. This one, at the very least, is an actual... This person's been playing this game for 139 hours. He's actually about the game itself. I regret buying this. I was unaware Anita Sarkeesian was involved. I would never bought it knowing that. The damage she has done to this industry and her hypocrisy, along with all of her terrible ideas, taints anything that could be fruitful. She only makes things worse. She only makes things worse, you guys. Look how bad she made this game. Hi, this is Editor Me. I wanted to bring up another point because I just remembered this. I remember the controversy surrounding eugenics because it had certain, let's say, canceled people, really controversial figures doing some of the meows in the game. And a lot of people were suddenly like, hey, why does this matter? You enjoyed the game is good. So I find it funny that it's okay to have people like that voicing characters in a game, no matter how minuscule. But Anita Sarkeesian, being a consultant, sends these people, the people who were the same people who were telling other people to chill out about the inclusion of a certain person in eugenics, to chill out, are losing their mind over Anita Sarkeesian. Wanted to add that in real quick. Okay, back to the video. Look how bad she made this game. Slay the Spire 2 sales. Look how bad she made this game. Slay the Spire 2 achieved a historic launch in early access, estimated 5.3 million copies, and generated over 100 million in revenue. Look how bad she made it. The game sold over 3 million units in its first week. She made this game unplayable because of her existence. The game is amazing. I'm addicted after 319 hours. But sadly, I cannot recommend this game because of the involvement of one vile, grifting individual, Anita Sarkeesian. You played this game for 300 hours. You had no problems with it. Now you find out that the game you played for 300 hours, consulted with Anita Sarkeesian, you felt no negative impact from her consultation. And yet, now you're saying you cannot recommend this amazing game because Anita Sarkeesian. I don't know why Gamergate would consult Anita, but the knowledge has left a very sour taste in my mouth. It's like finding out chef of your amazing meal is a lying hypocrite who doesn't care about cooking. No, because if my chef at my restaurant didn't care about cooking and still made amazing products, amazing food, why do I care if he cares or not? He's good at it. Like this is insane, dude. Like some of these other ones, if you care, 64 hours. If you care about the future of gaming, don't support this game and developers. Yeah, you guys, don't support Slay the Spire 2. Because Anita. I was going to wait until I unlocked everything to fully review this game until they decided to randomly add Anita Sarkeesian to the credits. With an out of nowhere slap to the face, the fact that they were hiding in the first place, I decided to stop giving them early access credibility and list my many complaints. Only because of Anita Sarkeesian. And this goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But this is how, let's just do by negative only and show by, let's just say, today. Game was quite good to kill some time, but still seemed to align itself with people who are destroying the industry. Purchase before learning about the developer's choice and consultants. Look up their consultants. Anita Sarkeesian. Mind you, these are not small time play hours they played. 31 hours. 25, 44, 40, 64. Developer hired Anita Sarkeesian. Googled who Anita Sarkeesian is after 142 hours. After 19 hours. After not even an hour. After 25 hours. Who the fuck is Anita? But they left a negative review. Why would you hire Anita Sarkeesian, someone who is destroying gaming? Yes, Anita Sarkeesian has been destroying gaming for the past 14 years because she's been so visibly active. You guys were definitely consciously thinking about her. 47 hours, 76 hours, 11, 15, 53 hours, 171 hours. Do not buy this game. The developers hired Anita Sarkeesian as a consultant. Like I cannot begin to tell you how fucking pathetic you people are. Yes, I can. You guys are fucking pathetic. This was a game that you were enjoying. This wasn't a game that you found out that the developer was like a pedophile or that they're supporting bombing of Iran or they're like transphobic or anything to do with any sort of real stakes. You are mad because Anita Sarkeesian, who you said is destroying gaming, hey, geniuses, if she's destroying gaming, why is this game not being destroyed? Why is this the highest selling game that Gamergate ever had? Why was this a historic early access launch? How did it sell 3 million units in a week? If it was ruined, how did it sell over $100 million total? Have nearly almost 600,000 people playing it at once. Currently has a peak concurrency of 108,000 people. If she is destroying games, why isn't this game unplayable? Did they add wokeness to Slay the Spire 2? You know what, guys, let's find out. Because guess who has Slay the Spire 2? Can we see? Maybe the settings. Are the settings woke? Fast mode? Phobia? Is it because of the phobia mode? No, that was there before. I don't know. Is it the input that's woke? Is it the sound? Because it's off. It's the sound because see how it's 50%? It's an even split. It should be like 90-10. I'm not going to bend my round. We're not going to play Slay the Spire. Sorry, you guys. This isn't a gaming channel. But I don't think she ruined anything. Bug fixes. They fixed the issue of the game over screen. Fixed rare combat errors. Yeah, I think. Oh, a content balance. Anita, how dare you balance the content in this game? You bitch. Unacceptable, Anita Sarkeesian. This is the big controversy, you guys. This is it. That Anita Sarkeesian exists and people still utilize her. That's what's gotten them so mad. That's what's gotten them so mad. Anita's work has been an essential part of developers' production workflow for a long time now. Whether it's a quick sense check or a full consultancy gig, our teams have always benefited hugely from collaborating with Anita and her group. She's at the forefront of promoting diversity and inclusivity, Jesus Christ, it's too late, within our industry. And for that reason, she's a vital part of the work that we do. You people are fucking insane losers. You people are fucking insane losers. This idea, and mind you, I saw a tweet a while ago. People were talking about, not a while ago, like this week, where they're like, did she ruin gaming? No. Anita Sarkeesian did not ruin gaming. In fact, I'm taking a step further. You know who's ruining gaming? You loser fucking gamers. You are the ones ruining gaming. You are. You're the reason why games suck. Because anytime anyone does anything goddamn interesting or different, you're the first people to jump onto it and go, woke. This is woke. It's DEI. DEI equals die. We should never let this happen. Don't let this happen again. Don't let this get. Meanwhile, all you do is allow for the same fucking slop to come out day in and day out. So you can bitch and complain about it. Anytime someone's anything differently, I should take a caveat. Unless it's from an Eastern company, then whatever they do is also been great no matter what. You know what's ruining gaming also? Greedy ass CEOs, capitalism, unrealistic expectations, crunch. The fact that studios can get shut down regardless if they turn a profit or not, regardless if their games are good or not. That's what's ruining gaming. The constant pressure to succeed as the line forever goes up. That's what's ruining gaming. The fact that they want to replace artists and programmers and developers as a whole with fucking robots and vibe code shit. That's what's ruining gaming. The reason why your games are getting shittier is because they're just putting them in a factory and throwing them out. Because they're using shortcuts. They're using generative AI and fucking gotcha games. They are trying to replace voice actors with goddamn robots. They are trying to get rid of everything that's human about video games. And you're feeling that effect. It's not a fucking consultant agency. This game has over 500,000 people playing it at once at its peak. It still averaged over 100,000 people. It sold 3 million copies. It's made over 100 million in revenue. This game is not failing by any metric. So your arguments make no sense. How can she be ruining gaming? How is she ruining gaming? Because you don't like her? You haven't even heard from Anita Sarkeesian. You just saw her name. Some people were fucking Googling her. Some people were fucking Googling her because they had no idea why this was a big deal. You like the game. You couldn't find fault with it. So now because Anita Sarkeesian's attached to it, suddenly the game's awful and terrible and sucks. And yet you people bitch and complain that there's no good games out there. They're all the same. They all want battle passes and microtransactions. Hey, did Anita Sarkeesian put microtransactions in Slay the Spire 2? Is there a battle pass in Slay the Spire 2? Is Anita Sarkeesian the reason why we have battle passes? Is Anita Sarkeesian the reason why you guys have paid DLC? Is she the fucking reason that sports games come out year in and year out and make very minimal changes? Is she the reason why you're not really enjoying all these extraction shooters? Is Anita Sarkeesian the reason why we have so many live service games? Or is it fucking greed and capitalism? Like, God, you people are so goddamn annoying. You're so annoying and stupid. You guys are so incredibly stupid. You just, oh, woman, I hate woman. Woman ruined gaming. There has to have been a good game that came out in, wait, when was Gamergate? 2014 is 2026. In 12 years, there hasn't been a good game because Anita Sarkeesian ruined gaming. She killed it. She killed it. She killed the game. She killed gaming. No good games have come out. No good games have come out, you guys. Everything's bad. Even though I spent 300 hours in this game and was loving it, this game's actually trash. Because of Anita fucking Sarkeesian. Because I'm a goddamn NPC who can't think for their fucking self and needs to be constantly told what to be mad about. Instead of just looking, just seeing. Rockstar supposedly spent over $1 billion making the new GTA 6. That is a bad thing because the game industry is going to take the wrong messaging away. They're still doing insane crunch. These developers aren't going to see half of those profits. There are so many things wrong in the game industry, but you have these losers. You have people like Legendary Drops who want to talk about, wow, PC Gamer, it has an article. Who gives a fuck? Why don't you address the fact that there's a large contingent of people, especially your goddamn audience, that does shit like this? When you do have a good game, you like Slay the Spire 2, right? Legendary Drops. Why don't you talk about this? How it's fucking weird that you guys who claim to say you want good games, when you finally get a good game, you're like, This would be just like if they found out that Anita Sarkeesian worked on Hollow Knight, Silksong. What, they would flip on Silksong too? Oh, Anita Sarkeesian worked on Pragmata also, you guys. Guess you can't like that game anymore. I also heard that Anita Sarkeesian was actually seen in Rockstar's, like, you know, their offices. I heard she was there too, so you probably can't play Grand Theft Auto 6 now because she's involved. A consultant agency is involved. A woman was involved. Therefore, it's bad, right? So we should just not play games anymore. She killed it. Why? In fact, why are you guys excited for Grand Theft Auto 6? I thought Anita Sarkeesian destroyed the gaming industry forever. Why are you playing Grand Theft Auto 6? Why are you playing fucking Ark Raiders? Why are you playing Fortnite? I thought Anita Sarkeesian destroyed the gaming industry. I thought it was ruined. Like, god damn, dude. This shit pisses me off. There are so many actual issues that are so abundantly clear in the gaming industry that explain all of your issues. But instead of focusing that, you guys want to be on some return type shit. Look what they took from you, and it's Anita Sarkeesian's fault. Grow up, man. Like, fucking grow up. And the fact that they're giving Anita Sarkeesian so much power, when all she's done is she's a consultant agency. She works for a consultant agency and uses a consultant. That's it. That is literally it. Anita Sarkeesian doesn't even post on Twitter. Like, I'm on her account right now. Like, she doesn't even post on Twitter. And people are still attacking her. I just saw someone ask her on the post she made 3 years ago, when are your parents going to die? Like, this is the insanity that I've been talking about. This insane misogyny that exists in the gaming sphere that has become so normalized that people would just randomly bring up a woman who was harassed and sent death threats over a fucking video game over 14 years ago just so they can get traction. Because they know a hated woman is views. Again, she consulted on a game that's doing well because that's what happens. Like I've always said, games either do bad or do well. That's it. That's always been the case. So way back when I was talking about the dumbasses starting Gamergate 2, and I was like, hey, you're trying to make it seem like Sweet Baby Inc. Remember that name? That Sweet Baby Inc. is some sort of negative force when the games they've worked on have been financially and critically well received. God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2, like those are good games. Most of the games Sweet Baby Inc.'s been attached to have had success. Not all of them. Not every game's successful. Even for fucking Rockstar, not every game's a goddamn success. You remember Rockstar Table Tennis? Remember that shit? You think they run with that franchise still? No. Like there's games that come out and they fail and they succeed, and that's fine. You use a consultant agency, like I stated multiple times, because there's some shit you don't know about, and you want to make sure you don't look like an insensitive dumbass when you put it out. To all the people who say, well, game developers should do what they want. You know what they wanted to do? They wanted to make sure they got shit right, so they got a consultant. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to make sure they got it right, so they got a consultant. This immense hatred you guys have for women and consultants, it's such a massive insecurity. It's such a massive tell on you as a person. The same people who were shitting themselves at people being critical of the female armor designs in Lords of the Fallen 2 are the same exact people who were shitting themselves because Anita Sarkeesian's name was attached to a game they like. I'm a sensitive snowflake because I am validly and critiquing and articulating my points on why I think a certain set of armor sets are boring and generic, and by comparing them to existing armor sets from the same game. But I'm a loser because, oh, I don't like sexy women. You can't play a roguelike deck building game because a name you don't like was consulted? You put 300 hours into this game and now you can't enjoy it because Anita Sarkeesian consulted on it? None of you motherfuckers have any room to judge anybody ever again. Ever again. I don't want to see a Smash JT. I don't want to see anyone like that talking shit about anybody when you can't handle the fact that a game uses a consultant agency, which they've been doing longer than Anita Sarkeesian's been a name. Yeah. They get consultations. You don't think your favorite military shooters don't see consultations to show which tactics are actually viable, to show how these units actually move? You don't think they do that? You don't think your favorite films have consultants? You don't think your TV shows have consultants? You guys like Interstellar? They had a consultant. Astrophysicists. Those are consultants. Because they want to get that shit right. Not to inject some sort of woke mind virus. And consultants don't even have final say. It's so dumb. It's so... I feel like Benoit Blanc and Glass Onion. It's just dumb. That's what I feel like. Like, this is what it always feels like. This is what it always feels like anytime I have to deal with these people. This is what it always feels like. All their arguments just make you feel like this.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb, it's brilliant.
No! It's just dumb.
Like, that, 100%. 100%. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. And people are so upset over her for no fucking reason, dude. Most of you people who are upset about her now either weren't even alive or were absolutely not in this space. And now it's the only person you can talk about is Anita Sarkeesian. Because how dare she be consulted? And all of this started because an abuser, John De La Rose, had no traction, no motion. And look at this. Look at this. Are people just now finding out, and I don't like this person, but are people just now finding out that Anita Sarkeesian was working with Devolver Digital? This has been on their website for ages, and I found out about it back when exposed a Devolver game called The Crush House for being worked with consultant agency of Super Inc. So this isn't even news. This isn't even news. It's not even news. Not news. Anita Sarkeesian listed as a consultant for Spire 2. Why? To make the dragon cards to make sure Dragon cards didn't have too much toxic masculinity. Like, do you see? And look at these losers. Look, it's the same fucking losers. It's all the losers I told you guys about. It's Smash JT. It's Geralt of Gunia. It's Smash JT again. It's Fandom Pulse again. It's Smash JT again. It's like Smash JT again. Because Smash JT, by the way, whenever a woman is in the crosshairs, will make 50 billion videos about them. The fact that he's calling her a well-known grifter in the gaming space is insane. It is insane, dude. Insane. Like, why show her in the swimsuit? Also, sick abs, Anita. Why show her in this? Like, what person's picture? Why are so many companies hiring her? It's because she's good at her job, John. I know that's a concept. I know that's a concept. If he was going to show her body, let's show John's. The guy who's so disgusting looking, he uses fucking AI for his face. Because this is what... By the way, Smash JT also talks about John, though. He's just a piece of shit. But this is John. So this is the guy. Right? He's confused as to why she gets hired places. The concept of someone being good at their job, eludes him. He doesn't quite understand why a person might continuously be hired. Like, oh, why are these companies utilizing Anita Sarkeesian? Why would they do that? I don't understand. And it's just this. It's just this. And look at this. This is exactly what I'm saying, right? If the quality of the game is negatively affected by consultants like Anita Sarkeesian, then if the game is good, don't you have to credit her too? Spire 2 was literally one of the biggest games on Steam this year, and she consulted on it after all. Do you think they realized that their hypocrisy was just exposed? For information, don't come at me for defending her. I can't stand her as much as the next person, but the anti-wokies just exposed a huge flaw in logic here. This has always been a flaw in their logic here. Ramez? Their logic doesn't hold because it ignores reality. Like I've been stating before, games do well, games do bad. The consultant ultimately has no real say over that. The consultant's work is, this is what we think this character would sound like. This is what they would do in this situation. This is what this culture does. Okay? It's up to you to decide if you want to utilize that or not. Doesn't matter. You could have a game that fucking sucks. This could be, all right. They could have consulted on fucking Mind's Eye. And their consultation could have been something as simple as, yeah, black people don't do that. Are they the reason why the game was buggy and shit? No. In fact, you could say one of the bright spots was they had a real sense of authenticity to the city. Yeah, we hired some LA consultants to get a vibe for the city and how like gang life is and how like this culture is. We went to consultants for that. Your game is dog shit though. Yeah, I know, but we did consult on this. But the game could still be bad. Conversely, this game could be Slay the Spire 2. Yeah, it kicks ass, and we consulted with somebody to make sure it kicked ass. Like, it's just, that's it. That's it. It's people who have a grievance from fucking almost 20 years ago. Oh God. Almost 20 years ago, drudging it back up again. Like that's literally it. And this, okay, here's the thing too. This is just like what Rev says Death did to Pro ZD. Because this is all coming from Fandom Pulse. Fandom Pulse again, April 21st. Anita Sarkeesian, May 5th. So they just started talking about Anita Sarkeesian randomly in the last week of April. Like this is mostly Fandom Pulse. Fandom Pulse. And this is from. And look at this. Anita Sarkeesian was against the God, who the fuck? I forgot that group, that Australian group, the one that was like about like we don't like sex and games and porn or whatever. She was against it. She found it to be regressive, puritanical nonsense. There are way more people who want to buy and support sexual materials, or at the very, I don't think it should be banned. This is her giving a based take, and they still need her to be the enemy. The person who posted how they are against that shit, they need her to be like, this is her take. She supports sexual materials, doesn't think this should be banned. Someone give these brilliant books to the puritanical angry grandmas or angry moms who bully pain process into all but banning porn games. The reason we have online pain process is because sex work. It was invented to pay for porn. This is Anita Sarkeesian. And what they're trying to tell you is the person who said this just last year is ruining games because there's too much sexiness in it. Anita Sarkeesian in the credits, yeah, fuck off and die. Like, I'm sorry, you're a crybaby bitch. You are a crybaby bitch if you're refunding the game because Anita Sarkeesian was consulted on it. If anyone needs help avoiding the games that directly credited her, here's a list. Some of your special things. Like, you need a list. You need to make a list of games you can't play. We're doing the woke detector shit again. If you want to reduce your contribution to Anita Sarkeesian's wallet, do you fucking morons think Anita Sarkeesian gets paid per copy of the game sold? Oh my God, you people are so fucking stupid. This is why I hate dumb people. This is why I hate them so much. They don't understand any process. They don't understand any fucking process. I also want to see the game she's been credited on. Oh, you can't like Hyper Light Drifter. Oh shit. Firewatch, you guys, you can't play Firewatch? You can't play Psychonauts 2 or Slay the Spire 2 or Towerfall or Another Crab's Treasure. You can't play that. They just thanked her. She didn't even support them. They just thanked her. Insane. They're such fucking babies. They're such babies. This is why I do not take anything they say seriously, and I will relentlessly make fun of them. These are the people who tried to tell me, because I point out bullshit, that I couldn't survive a Call of Duty lobby. I get called slurs all the time because I've been making this kind of content. And here I still fucking man. You fucking bitches need a list of games to not only tell you, oh, these are woke and these were not woke, but if a woman worked on it. You can't play games because Anita Sarkeesian. Like, this is the shit I'm talking about. They can't play games if a minority was in it, if a woman who's not hot is in it, if Anita Sarkeesian was credited in it, if it used a consultant agency. Look at all the ways they can't play games. If a man is not consistently masculine in every frame of the game, they can't play it. If a woman happens to be smarter than the character who's a male, they can't play it. If there's white people in the background more than there's black people in the background, they can't play it. If white characters aren't as important as non-white characters, they can't play it. If there's lesbians, they can't play it. If there's trans people, they can't play it. If there's fucking tall people, they can't play it. If there's people with beards, they can't play it because they can't grow beards and they're little pussies. If they can't have it fit their very myopic view of the world, they can't play it. Oh my God, it pushes an anti-family message. Can't play this game. Oh my God, it doesn't have a white main character. I can't play this game. It's too woke. Oh my God, Angry Boat is black. Can't play a game. Too woke. Oh, I love Slay the Spire. The second one's way better. Hell yeah. Oh wait, Anita Sarkeesian made it? Or not even made it. She was consulted on it? Oh, I can't play the game. I can't play it. Like, I told you the reason I'm not playing Lords of the Fallen 2 is because I don't align with them ideologically, and the CEO supports Nazis. That's fair and valid. I think I can say that. But not playing a game because they consulted with a woman whose biggest crime was a couple of videos that you didn't agree with the critique. That's a sin worth attacking her for over a decade. But the CEO of Lords of the Fallen, it follows open Nazis and nothing? That gives nobody pause? Like, the fact that Nazis are more welcome in the gaming space than women should infuriate you people. It should infuriate you. The fact that Nazis, people who openly support Nazis, people who openly support genocide are accepted and seen as based and cool. But people who are against that are the reason why games are bad. Doing my head in, man. It's truly doing my head in. It's doing my head in. Like, it's such a fucking just dumb. It's just fucking dumb. But if it wasn't clear, I don't hate Anita Sarkeesian. I think hating her is a fucking waste of time, and it's pointless and it's stupid. Her opinion was absolutely correct. There is no world in which Anita's assessment did not come to fruition. Look at where we are now. When the Lords of the Fallen is talking about how we have to have hot, sexy women all the times, and we focus on female creation only because we gotta make sure they're sexy and hot. When you look at First Descendant, what do they have their characters look like? Fuck dolls. I know she had a video called Fighting Fuck Dolls, which I didn't agree with, but maybe she just had advanced observation hockey and could just see 12 years down the road. Because that's where we're at. All these fucking losers, the Asmongold's, the Smash JTs, the Grumps, all they want is women who look like that. In video games. Because in real life, they would call them OnlyFans whores and not like them. But in the digital games that can control and thus limit agency, that's what they want. She was right. And that's what really pisses them off. A woman being right? Oof. Oof, oof, oof. Can't have that. Cannot have that.